The afternoon sun beat down on the busy downtown street as Marcus Rivera wiped his hands on a shop rag and walked toward the sleek black car that had pulled over with steam pouring from under its hood. At 37, he owned a small auto repair shop that specialized in helping stranded motorists, often providing roadside assistance for free when he encountered people in genuine need. As he approached the disabled vehicle, Marcus noticed a well-dressed blonde woman in a Navy business suit standing beside the car, her phone pressed to her ear with obvious frustration. But what really caught his attention was the little girl sitting in the passenger seat, her blonde pigtails adorned with a pink flower, watching the scene unfold with the patient resignation of a child accustomed to adult emergencies. "Ma'am, I am Marcus from Rivera Auto Repair," he said, approaching the woman as she ended her call. "I saw your car overheating and thought you might need some help." The woman turned toward him with a mixture of relief and wariness. "I am Catherine Wells. My car just started making terrible noises and then all this steam began pouring out. I have an important client meeting in an hour, and my regular mechanic is not answering his phone." Marcus could see the stress etched in her features, the way she kept glancing between her expensive watch and the little girl in the car. He recognized the look of a single parent juggling too many responsibilities with too little time. "Let me take a look," Marcus offered, already moving toward the hood. Sometimes these things are simpler than they appear. As he examined the engine, Marcus became aware of the little girl watching him intently through the car window. When he caught her eye, she smiled shyly and waved with the natural friendliness that children display toward people who seem kind. "Looks like your radiator hose came loose," Marcus called out to Catherine. "It is an easy fix, maybe 10 minutes of work. The engine just needs to cool down first." Catherine checked her watch again with obvious anxiety. "How much will this cost? I need to know if I should just call a cab instead." Marcus studied her face, noting the tension there and the way she kept glancing protectively at her daughter. Something about the situation reminded him of his own struggles as a single father before his business had become successful. "Tell you what," Marcus said, making a decision that surprised even himself. "My daughter is at soccer practice and I was just killing time anyway. Consider this a favor between parents." "That is very generous, but I insist on paying you," Catherine replied. "I do not accept charity." "It is not charity," Marcus said with a gentle smile. "It is community. Besides, your daughter looks like she could use some air conditioning while we wait for the engine to cool." Catherine looked at him with growing curiosity. There was something about this mechanic's easy confidence and genuine kindness that set him apart from most of the service providers she encountered in her high-pressure corporate world. "What do you say we move to the shade?" Marcus suggested, gesturing toward his truck parked nearby. "I have some cold water, and it will be more comfortable for everyone." As they settled near his truck, the little girl climbed out of the car and approached Marcus with the careful politeness of a well-raised child. "Thank you for helping our car," she said softly. Mommy was getting really worried. "What is your name, sweetheart?" Marcus asked, kneeling to her level. "I am Sophie," she replied. "I am 6 years old and I like cars. Do you fix lots of broken cars?" Marcus smiled, charmed by her directness. "I do. Cars are like puzzles sometimes. You just have to figure out which piece is not working properly." As Marcus began the repair work, Sophie watched with fascination, asking thoughtful questions about tools and engines. Catherine found herself observing this interaction with growing amazement. Most adults barely acknowledged her daughter's existence, treating children as inconveniences to be tolerated. Yet this stranger spoke to Sophie with genuine respect and interest. "You are very good with children," Catherine observed as Marcus finished tightening the hose connection. "I have a 7-year-old daughter myself," Marcus replied. "Being a single parent teaches you patience pretty quickly." Something in his tone made Catherine study his face more carefully. She saw the same combination of determination and exhaustion that she recognized in her own mirror each morning. "How long have you been on your own?" she asked quietly. 2 years, Marcus answered. "My wife decided that family life was not the adventure she had signed up for. She moved to Los Angeles to pursue her acting career and has not looked back." Catherine nodded with understanding. Sophie's father left when she was 3. He said he felt trapped by responsibility and needed to find himself. Apparently, finding yourself is incompatible with bedtime stories and school plays. As they talked, Sophie moved closer to Marcus, clearly fascinated by his patient explanations and gentle manner. When he handed her a clean rag and showed her how to help by wiping down tools, her face lit up with the joy of being included rather than merely tolerated. "There we go," Marcus announced as he closed the hood. "Good as new. You should not have any more problems." Catherine reached for her purse, but Marcus held up a hand to stop her. "I meant what I said about this being a favor." As Catherine prepared to thank him and leave, Sophie tugged on Marcus's shirt to get his attention. When he leaned down, she cupped her small hands around his ear and whispered something that made his eyes widen in surprise. "She is my mom," Sophie had said, so quietly that only Marcus could hear. "And you are the nicest man we have met in a very long time. Maybe you could marry her, and then I would have a daddy who knows how to fix things and explains them to me." Marcus straightened slowly, his face flushing as he met Catherine's curious gaze. "Everything all right?" she asked. "Your daughter is quite the problem solver," Marcus managed, trying to cover his embarrassment while processing the innocent wisdom of a 6-year-old's approach to loneliness. As Catherine started the car and confirmed that it was running smoothly, she found herself reluctant to drive away. There was something about this man's kindness, his easy way with Sophie, and the genuine warmth in his eyes that made her feel safe in a way she had not experienced in years. "Marcus," she said, "I know this might seem forward, but would you and your daughter like to join Sophie and me for dinner this weekend? I would like to properly thank you for your help, and I think Sophie would enjoy meeting someone her own age." Marcus's smile was immediate and genuine. "We would like that very much. My daughter Emma has been asking me when she might meet a friend who understands what it is like to have only one parent." As Catherine drove away with Sophie chattering excitedly about the nice man who had fixed their car and taught her about engines, she realized that her daughter's whispered suggestion might have been the wisest advice anyone had given her in years. Sometimes the most important repairs are not the ones we make to engines or machinery, but the ones we make to hearts that have forgotten how to trust in the possibility of finding love in the most unexpected places.